Hello everyone, I'm Brian, gardener and home cook. Today we'll be preparing a Chinese style roast duck with garden fresh ingredients. There are two types of Chinese style roast duck. There's the Peking duck, which is enjoyed for its crispy skin. The chef will later on cube up the remaining parts of the duck, add additional ingredients and sauces, and it's then enjoyed as a lettuce wrap. The other style of roast duck is the Canton style roast duck, and this duck is more aromatic and also enjoyed for its crispy skin. Today I'll be preparing a Canton style roast duck. It used to be that when you went to the Chinese barbecue and you look through the display case for the duck, you bob your head around, you go up and down, and you look for the duck that you think is roasted to perfection. Then you'll point it out, and the sifu, basically the guy who prepares the duck after you select it, he either chops it up or he just prepares it for you to take the duck whole home. You tell the sifu which one you want, and he would remove the skewers from the duck where the duck is sutured up. Once he removes that, it will drain. Lots of duck broth is drained, and he'll reach into the duck cavity and pull out green onions, ginger pieces, and garlic, fresh garlic, the plant. These days, it's rare to find that experience, and to have that experience, you're gonna have to roast your own duck. The other factor or part of it, not only the experience, but the taste. These days, I think they've watered down the roast duck preparation, and you're gonna lose a little bit of that extra oomph that you get from garden fresh ingredients. So today I'll be showing you how the Canton style roast duck is prepared. And the last note before we do that, we look at how it's prepared, is that the preparation is somewhat of a guarded secret. The masters will probably leave out one or two ingredients or methods in roasting a duck. And today's preparation and method is a culmination of looking at different masters preparing their roast duck through social media and also the internet. So after a little bit of research, we combined all those methods together to create this method, which is what I found to be the one that's closely resembles the roast duck that I remember having as a child through my teenage years. So if you're able to find the way the duck is prepared, that's awesome, because to prepare your own duck is both time consuming and tedious, but worth it if you're not able to locate it at a barbecue restaurant. So without further ado, let's check out how a roast duck is made. First, we head to the gardens to gather our fresh ingredients. This is chestnut red garlic, a hardneck variety known for its strong garlic flavor. It is a garlic lover's garlic. These were planted back in October, and they'll be ready in about May or June. We're searching for a runty looking plant to pull. Since we're after finished garlic, it's always very difficult to pull garlic for culinary use. We save this for special uses like the one we are preparing today. Grown in full sun, the chestnut red garlic is a proven variety for the Southern California region. This is worth mentioning because our climate can be too warm for certain types of hardneck varieties. I think this one will do. Next ingredient from our garden is green onion. These green onions have been grown for their long white stalks. If you'd like to learn more, please check out the Green Onion Battle miniseries on this channel. Real quick though, these onions have been hilled as they grew to encourage the long stalks. Back in the kitchen, we'll start preparing our roast duck. The preparation method will be geared towards the home cook. We will be using the type of duck that's more commonly found, the frozen without head and neck duck. We start by removing part of the wing. When selecting the weight of the duck, it's best to select one between 3 to 5 pounds. Larger birds can be difficult to roast. Next, we'll need to suture the duck. Bamboo skewers may be used. However, metal skewers may work better. Since the duck came neck and headless, we'll need to suture the front end. Poke the skewer through. Over the top. Poke through and repeat. For the skin to be crispy, the duck needs to be inflated. This will separate the skin from the duck and allow it to crisp up when roasting. We have a Datavac electric duster. The plastic attachment can be separated and cleaned, which is perfect. For folks with air compressors, please note, machine oil from the compressor's tank can end up in the duck. It's generally not recommended to use air compressors unless the air is filtered. You'll need someone to help you unless you have a third arm like me. Let's season and stuff this duck. 5 spice powder, hoisin sauce, pink salt, you can use regular salt, and sugar. Ginger, green onions, and once again, these have been specially grown for the long white stalk. That portion of the onion will release more sugars and has more onion aroma. Fresh garlic plant, and a couple of star anise. For the dry mix, 3/4 tablespoon of 5 spice powder. If yours is especially potent, half a tablespoon is a good place to start. 1.5 tablespoons of pink salt or 3/4 tablespoon of regular salt. 1 tablespoon of sugar. Cut the ends off the onion and garlic, wrap it up, and set it aside. About 2 inches of ginger. Scrape with knife to remove peel, then slice. In the duck goes the dry mix. One to 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. Ginger, star anise, and the bundle of garlic and green onion. Next, we suture the duck. Do a dry fit first. Sometimes extra skin or bone needs to be trimmed away. In this case, both. To suture, once again, start on the end, poke through, over, poke through, and repeat. Any part of the protruding skewer can be pushed into the duck. The skin of the duck needs a hot water rinse to sanitize and to tighten the skin for crispiness. In the 1.5 quart pot of water, there is about 1 cup of Shaoxing wine. The wine is optional. Once the wine and water come to a boil, bathe the duck with 1 ladle at a time. On contact, the duck skin will tighten. Ladle hot water on an area until it no longer shrinks. After the hot water bath, we're going to glaze the duck. This next step is optional. The average home cook may not have multidextrin. Instead, we can substitute that with honey. About a teaspoon. Make sure not to use too much honey. The sugars in the honey can char and the duck will look burnt. The secret to the bright amber color of a Canton roast duck is red fermented tofu. It can be found in most Chinese or Vietnamese supermarkets. Carefully spoon out the brine from the fermented tofu container and use about 1.5 teaspoons. Mix the honey and fermented tofu brine together and then glaze the duck. Once glazed, place the duck on a thin sheet pan with a rack. Allow it to rest in the refrigerator for at least a day. The key to crispy duck is dry skin. Resting also allows our stuffing to marinate the duck. To roast the duck, it is important to use a thin sheet pan. Any walls around the duck will do funny things with heat and can result in uneven cooking. Prior to roasting, remove the duck from the refrigerator and allow it to come to room temperature. Allowing meat to come to room temperature before cooking is always a good practice and especially important when roasting duck. If the inside of the duck is ice cold, the outside will cook and the inside will still be raw. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees and roast for about 40 minutes. Then turn the duck and roast for an additional 25 to 30 minutes, checking every 15 minutes. Each oven and duck is going to cook in very different ways, so checking is key. Canton style roast duck. Just like the way they used to make it always. Tasty on its own, over rice, or in noodle soup. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.